Hello and welcome to Movie. No, I'm just kidding. It's AG the Dad, and this is Shit Talking Sundays in the Light of a Warrior with the MS Warrior. Uh, you know, um, Today is question and answer day. More so answer and y'all listen unless y'all participate. If you haven't liked, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. You need to do it now. Obviously, if you weren't notified, that's because one of your friends didn't tell you about it. So don't be that friend that don't tell nobody about Shit Talking Sundays. Because, hey, maybe this isn't the only thing you want to listen to, because we have a whole lot of other subjects and topics that we talk about all throughout the week on Shit Talking Sunday. So, you might want to check that out. So, with that being said, let's get it going. Let's talk some MS. Y'all talk BS, I talk MS. So, the MS Warrior is in the house. What's up? What's up?
Hey, AG, how's it going over there?
Man, every day is every day. I would like to say that my concussion is just about, I'm not going to say gone because I'm still taking a little bit of medication, but I'm definitely
Good.
feeling better, real better, a lot better.
All right. That's good
No
news.
better
Good
isn't it?
news.
You know.
We haven't touched the subject too much on that, so I'm glad you let everybody know that you're on the mend. So that's good. That's really good to hear.
Yep. So,
Yes.
what's on your mind today? I know. Oh, well, hold on. Let's back up a little bit.
Yes.
I need you guys to understand that this is our little disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This isn't medical advice. This is just
Mm-mm.
her journey with MS.
Mine,
And
mine, mine, mine.
before you even consider doing anything that you hear here, make sure you talk to your doctor about it first, because this is her regimen. This is her plan. I'm not a doctor. She's not a doctor. Like I said, this is just her journey. Uh,
Exactly.
Now that we got that out the way, let the festivities begin.
Okay. Evening out there, warriors and family and friends. So yes, I must say that I anything I speak of tonight on the podcast is not medical advice for you. It's solely and strictly what my medical team has put on board for yours truly. What may be good for me may not be good for you. And I would not want anyone doing anything that they weren't told and being, hurt and having an emergency do behind that. So please always speak to your medical team before you decide to take anything that you think may be okay for you, or if it's good for someone else, it may be good for you, because not always is that the case. And by all means, if you feel that you are needing or in an emergency, please call 911, reach out to your medical team and or family. Okay. So with that being said, so I have been so busy and I'm liking it. Because um I think I'm so hyped up about camping, glamping, that my body is like dealing with everything okay. Mind wise, like right now, even though I'm sitting here in my office and talking to you guys, my mind is over here at the store. My mind is over here at the bakery. My mind is everywhere still. Um, that's because I've got a few more errands to run between tomorrow and Thursday. We leave on Friday for Lake Francis, and I'm also excited, like really excited to get there. Um, so um, today I decided um, to let's do some recap to refresh. I know I have new viewers who may not have had time or a chance to revisit, my prior videos. We are in this 8 months now, going into September will be 9 months. And there's been a lot shared since January. And, to bring a little bit more awareness to, my viewers who are just joining in and don't know everything about your girl. So I want to do a recap and Q&A. So I'm gonna knock here. Hello. Get in here. Get in here. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. Come on. I want to see some comments over here. Ask me some questions. Tell me about yourself. Share your journey, your experiences. It could only bring awareness to other warriors like yourself and I. And that is, that makes the world go round, makes it a little bit more happier place with multiple sclerosis, knowing that not one person should feel that they're alone, because our community is ginormous. And I know I don't feel alone. Um, and no one out there should feel alone either. And that's why the man behind the machinery over here is using his skills and his time to put out this message that I'm bringing to warriors like myself. So just know that. And please, it's free to do so, and it takes seconds of your time. Please subscribe and share this video. The more people we reach, the more awareness that you are bringing, helping me bring. Because when you help that, you're actually helping me have the support that I need, because I have multiple sclerosis and I need that community as well, because they understand what I go through on a daily just as well as I understand them. We're like brothers and sisters, in this together. Even though we have never met, you know, we share that same disease, and it's life altering. So support is everything. Just like you would think, family is everything, support is everything, dealing with this invisible disease, this life changing disease. And as you guys know, if you're a warrior, it takes a lot of educating for yourself, friends, and family, even colleagues. A lot of people that I see and talk to who are warriors, they don't tell their colleagues, you know, what's going on in their life. And of course, everybody has their reasons, and I don't knock none of it. But for me, myself, I'm going to blab it to everybody, because the more people know, the more support you have, the more understanding your friends, family, colleagues will know. So when I keep making um, event plans with you, and then I have to keep canceling, you'll know why. You'll understand why. So but it's to each their own. But I'm open for questions on how did I deal with that? How did I tell my children? How did I tell my job? I was working when I was diagnosed. So, um, so that affects, like I said, our life greatly. And it's not just multiple sclerosis. Other people who are suffering from leukemia, even diabetes can hinder your job. Any medical illness that hinders your lifestyle, that's changing, requires you to relocate even. You know, I have a warrior friend on my channel that is in Texas, and he has multiple sclerosis, and he doesn't leave home too much because the heat. As you guys know, the heat is not our friend. Heat exacerbates our inflammation, and that's when our wires, our signals get broken up from our brain transmitters through our spinal cord, telling us I need to move my left leg, I need to move my right leg, I need to wave my left hand. That's where our signals get broke, and it goes really, really in depth down to our urinating, bowel movement, our core temperature, our eyesight, our swallowing, our speech, our path of speech. Anything and everything can start doing this kooky, firing, misfiring, trying to get signal. If I'm thinking about coughing, and if I'm in an exacerbation where those signals are are not firing correctly, I'm not going to be able to do that, or not going to be able to do it correctly. So um and for a lot of people that's detrimental. MS is detrimental to a lot of warriors, a lot of people. And that's why I always say education um is key. Multiple sclerosis is not a death sentence. I had to learn this, guys, and I'm only about 2 years into the five that I was letting MS live my life until I started educating myself, wanting to know what my everyday is going to be like and what can I do to change that. I felt on a daily that certain things that I did hurt me in a MS way, and I was like, that I want to stay away from. Chocolate is one of them. Couldn't they couldn't it have been lemon or something? But no, you want to choose chocolate to harass my legs, okay? So it's like, okay, who I know there's many people out there that don't love chocolate, and stuff, but me, oh my gosh, really? Not just sit and shove chocolate, oh, I can't stop. No, but damn, almond joy, Heath bar, chocolate chip cookies, all that stuff, guys, that have had across my palate for my 56 years. I can eat that still, but in moderation because it wreaks havoc on my whatever whatever part of my brain that is damaged, that has to do with um, the movement of my legs. Too much chocolate and too much sugar for me breaks that signal. Yeah. And I'm not the first warrior that says this, feels it, and has witnessed and has went through it. Now, I put myself to a test and I said, you know what? Is this really happening when I eat chocolate or too much sugar? And I mean not licking the sugar bowl. I'm talking just sugar as a whole in in foods, in a snack, in drinking, whatever it is. Okay. And over the course of time, I was thinking, like in the beginning when I was diagnosed, I was like, okay, I really went on board with this healthy drink kick, and chia seeds. I swear by those. It brought a lot of my levels down in other areas, and I swear by it. Right now, I have pouches full that I buy. They have them in the grocery store, and they're just filled with chia seeds, green, blue, and all kind of different colors. And it's almost like those baby food pouches, but it's so yummy. I eat them before bed. So that in the process with sugar. Now, I could eat chocolate cake, not be affected. So I guess it's the way that the sugar is cooked and how it breaks down and affects the body. It doesn't do me any good. Sugars, and I can say, is just those two in general are bad for me. As sugar creates inflammation. Certain foods create inflammation too, so that we have to be aware of. Your body, and you should do some tests on your body at home. Try this, try that. In process of elimination is kind of what I did. And one day I said, you know what, I really need to know, is this just a fluke, or is it really happening with with the sugar? So I went on a sugar a little bit binge, and I didn't do anything like um more than what I would normally eat, like for a snack every day or something. And lo and behold, yeah, it bam hit me within 2 days into that. No, I would say about the third day, because it was 2 days of eating sweets. Um, that it hit me, and I said, okay, yeah, something, whether it is just sugar in general or with the chocolates, because I like chocolate chip cookies. I like, like I just said, my favorite cookie is the almond joy. Um, but I haven't, and I want to do this, but I'm kind of scared too because I don't want to feel the way that it makes me feel when I eat too much chocolate, sugar, and then I start to feel crappy 2 days into it. But they say the dark chocolate has better properties than, milk chocolate. I kind of want to adventure on that note and try a dark chocolate, even though I don't, of course, I prefer milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. It has that more bitter taste to it. And, but if I can do that and it be okay for my system, I'd rather do that than do, of course, like sugar-free chocolate. I do, and I do eat sugar-free stuff a lot now, because of the sugar factor. I don't want to feel like I'm in a flare all the damn time, right? Who wants that? You know what I mean? So, um, I'm adventuring, I'm trying things out. I suggest people do that too because all our body is different. All our bodies are different, and our MS affects us differently. Some people with multiple sclerosis have more deficits than others. Okay, so this disease doesn't affect everybody the same, and there's four different types. Okay, mine is relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. I'm at the bottom. Okay. um Progressive is at the top, of course, and there's different levels of this disease, and why they're named different because they're in different categories, up the pole. Now, see, remitting relapsing means that, I'm gonna con- I'm I'm at the stage where I'm going to have relapses. Okay, then I can go into remission and not have any. What needs to help me not have any relapses is my medication, my disease modifying treatment. We also know it as DMT. Okay, so those things on board help that progressive stage as well, those medications. So they say even if you have, remitting, relapsing multiple sclerosis, you are going to eventually go up the ladder. It eventually progresses. The timing, of course, the longer you can hold that progression off, the better off and the better quality of life that you will have. Okay. And as you progress the ladder, you may have to change your disease modifying treatment to deal with, now you are having multiple symptoms, different symptoms, multiple, but they don't stop. They don't go in remission. You're stricken with that daily. See, when I have a relapse, if my left leg doesn't move, I come back to baseline. Usually this far I have. Okay. So that's the difference between these diseases. Some you will have those symptoms 24/7. 24/7, it doesn't go away. Okay. So there's different progression levels to this disease. Um, I'm still at remitting. Thank you, Lord. Give you the glory. Um, and I'm so grateful for that because there's been so many times, you guys, to where I was like, I'm not going to walk correctly again, or I may not walk at all in the hospital. I've had to have physical therapy. They had to walk me. I was in a walker for a couple days, and then I had to be able to stand up on my own and take a couple steps to be able to come home, and without having to go into a facility, until I could walk. And they made sure I was going to be taken care of at home, had all the necessities, and stuff like that. So I do feel blessed that I'm able to be at the status I am. 5 years may not sound like a lot, like, oh, you're just 5, but they say I've had it 10 years prior. Okay. So, and today I was thinking, you know, about some questions and answers, and then I'm stumbling across things in my life that kind of refer and give me some answers. You know how you just kind of stumble across something, and then you say, you know what, I really didn't think about that. And that's what happened when I was writing. my show and my thoughts about where I want to take the show, for the evening. And I was thinking, okay, if I've had my doctor 5 years ago said, you at least have had this 10 years. Now, I'm not the only person that I'm being told that to. A lot, and I mean a lot of us warriors say the same thing, that we are being told we have had this disease at least 10 years prior of diagnosis. Okay, however they figure that out. Okay, so, and maybe that's my research next, which I'm gonna write this down. How 10 years pass? Okay, because I'm gonna get to the bottom of that and find out. But so, but when I was 32 years old, um, I started hearing my heartbeat in my right ear, and I was seeing this nice, really, really nice doctor, and she looked at me, and I was going for a little of depression too, and I didn't know why or anything. And my life seemed really, really good. I didn't have no complaints, but inside something was off. And I remember going to the doctor, and then for a couple appointments, because she couldn't hear what I was hearing. She would listen to my heart with the stethoscope and hold it to my neck, and all that stuff, and be like, I don't hear anything. And I kept telling her, you may not, but I am. I'm not hearing voices. I'm hearing, my heartbeat in my ear. So she really had to, at that point, work with me to get to the place where I needed her to be, that I know what I'm hearing, I know it's there. And not only do I hear it, but certain movements, and especially bending over to tie my shoe, my head just felt like it would get like a balloon, right? When you bend over, you get, blood rush to your head. But mine was extreme. Okay. And certain movements, I would get this big old swoosh feeling sound in my ear. And I was like, damn, do I got water on my ear? What's going on? No pain. Mm-mm, no pain. But growing up, I would get migraines that would um, leave me blind in one eye. It would start that way, and I would go blind in one eye until it started to subside, and then my speech was slurred, like as if I was drunk. Okay. So, with all this, when I was a child, they never put me in an MRI machine to figure out, well, let's check this, that, and other. It wasn't until later in life did, and these migraines were, it's my school days age, so I was very young. So, years passed, I'm a young adult, and now other things are starting to happen. And this is where that doctor said, you know what, I need to get an MRI on you. And I said, hey, put me in the little slingshot, send me over there, and bam, there I was. Okay. So doing all the necessary tests, well, it came back that I have what is called a hemangioma in the right side of my brain. And it's like a fistula. It's it's a vein, uh, yeah, veins basically. There's three fistulas. They run off one together, and they pump blood. Blood pumps through them, and they tangle. They stretch out. They kink back up. And actually, I have it on film. It's kind of neat. But anyhow, even during my womanly time of the month, th- that that fistula would just really get active, and so I would feel all this, in inside. And at that point, and if I'm not mistaken, if I did my math correctly, um it was 1997, maybe. um but I was 32 years old when that was found, okay, through an MRI. And what I didn't realize until today, writing about me, did I realize at 32, I didn't have multiple sclerosis. And I almost wanted to say, "Yay!" Oops. I felt happy for some reason. I was like, "Warrior, are you really getting happy because you wasn't, but you are now?" Um and that seems kind of strange, but then I was like, you know, you when when you get older and things happen and your life changes, when you find out stuff, from years back, when you reflect and stuff, I think that's kind of what I was doing when I learned that, even though it was on black and white this whole time, I never thought about that until today. I was like, wow, you know, they didn't see anything then, so that makes me think and wonder, okay, so from 32 to 5 years ago, 45. So, and being 56, okay, so 10 years, 15 years. So, is that why my disease is only where it's at? That's something to think about, right? Because given the natures and giving the medication, so I've only been on medication 5 years. Okay. So, um, that honestly, that just made me happy to know that, okay, I wasn't stricken with this that that long ago as to 32 to 56 now. That's 14 years, 14, 24 years. Hmm. I won't keep you guys trying to do this math here, but do you get what I'm saying? So I was literally happy thinking, yeah, I didn't have it back then. I have it now, yes, but it's not a death sentence. I'm still living my life. Has it changed? Yes. Am I still able to call my best friend Stephanie, who's in here tonight, and tell her, Steph, I love you? And my sons, my grandkids, the love of my life. I'm sharing all this with them, you know, and all the happy times. Life isn't always about happy times because sometimes life can be a struggle. There's a lot of people struggling right now in the world, the days that we're living in. I mean, my father is 82 and he hasn't even seen what we're going through this day and age with our Congress and people on the street, our president that incited insurrection. I mean, get the hay out of here. He's never even experienced what we're going through now in his day and age. So it's definitely something to reflect on, and that I do a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I think too my age. And look, I'm seeing my father. He lives with us. Still have two of my grandkids here. Um, the love of my life is sharing this life with me. There's so much around me for me to see my son's kids. To hopefully in the near future, my son's wedding, and his first time home buyer for him and her, and to leave for their child. There's so much to be um grateful for. And sometimes things get to be a little unfair also. I'm not gonna sit here in front and say everything is peachy keen and I don't care how the world is and the life and da 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 da. No, sometimes we're dealt with things that we shouldn't have at that course of direction. And I had a conversation with Steph today, and I said, you know what? She had called me, and I said, you know what, Steph, I need to ask you, how are you? Because I get caught up sometimes with people in my own health, because she calls and checks on me, that I lost sight of checking on her. and it was good conversating with her today and just seeing that she is okay, but not okay. She has her days. She lost her dad to COVID, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but that's devastating. You know, and it's hard to fathom that for her. Um, I'm getting teary eyed just talking about it, and I don't want to make her sad. Um, but life can be cruel. In life, we have to make it. Um, we have to live our best life, basically, right? And sometimes we're dealt cards that we don't have any control over. So, live your best life. Love and laughter is the best medicine, actually. Um, so back to the questionings that I had, basically today for myself, you know, in writing tonight. And I was just like, I tripped off that. I was like, wow, okay. So I didn't have MS that far back, and then Steph can can relate to this because her and I were always around each other and I didn't feel good a lot. But I never, didn't know what it was. And one time my doctor said, you keep feeling like you have the flu and stuff. Maybe, we've checked a lot of other things, but you've never had an AIDS test, HIV test. And I said, okay, well, let's do this, and of course, negative. But because I kept having flu symptoms and not knowing at this point in my 30s, though, it didn't show MS, and I don't know. I'd really have to sit and think back. Okay, was I before my 30s? Was this going on, or did this happen then? Did some spots on my brain in an area of where MS strikes? Did that get not seen? Hi, son. Glad you're joining tonight. Um, so just a little bit about me, things that I'm discovering that this answer came up just in doing a little research about myself, doctors and stuff like that. So, you just sometimes you have to, dig a little bit and you could come up with your own answers. For me, that was big. Like I said, I got happy, almost like I wanted to high five myself, like, yes, you didn't have MS when you were 32, but I have it now. I don't, what's my consolation prize, right? So, but anyhow, um, I can laugh about it now. I've put MS in a different place in my life, actually. I try and do my best to take care of myself with MS, um, best that I know how from the research that I've done and doing, and that the key to this is staying up on the most top DMT, disease modifying treatment, that's going to stop my progression. And that's key, because I could live with this, what I've accepted. This is my life, and I'm not trying to put it in the closet and move on with my life. I would constantly have to be putting that weight against that closet door for it not to come out. We can't live like that. I can't live like that, you know. So I am driving my car. I'm driving MS now. So um, it I think it has gotten used to that being in the back seat, um, because I feel like I've put my disease in a different place in my life, that I'm handling it. Okay, I don't feel that it's overrunning me anymore. I think I've become stronger mentally, and multiple sclerosis physically stronger. Um, Definitely. And I said today in a conversation that, okay, am I really this strong? Because there's other things going on in my life um, that I have shared with you guys about my dad with the lung screening test, and we are facing um, some tests with my dad. He has to have a biopsy, and that's my father who lives with me. He's 82, and I have mentioned to you guys thus far about tests, and it's just my life. It's I keep it 100 with you guys, um, and I am just keeping the positivity going, and I don't know if it's because that I'm that friggin' strong, or am I cold hearted? So it's like, um but yeah, I'm dealing with a lot, and I've always told family and friends and my sons, don't stress before it's time. I tell everybody that. I think I've lived by that motto all my life. Don't stress before it's time. That's wasted energy. And for me, people are concerned. They get concerned when they know that I'm going through too much, and then to deal with other things that are very, very vital and important. Then, what can I physically do or emotionally do to myself with this disease by stressing, and stuff like that. Um, I'm not a stressor, never been. I'm really not. So I think that that helps me. That helps me. And the only thing that I can say that I have, that I do as a human being, as a woman, ever in my life have stressed off of is love. When my heart is broke, I'm a friggin' mess. I'm a mess. Love is the only thing that breaks me. I'm Otherwise I'm a pretty damn tough cookie. Yeah, my mother was tough. My father's tough. So, sh- hey, you know. so, um, I have to call it as I see it, right? And that's just how it is. But so that was a little funny today. So I was like, damn, am I tough? Am I just disconnected somewhere? Has MS disconnected that factor point, in your girl? so um yeah, so I just get a good laugh out of it and stuff, and just you can only put two and two together as you see that fit, you know with your life and with this disease. So um a lot of people have um questions, and sometimes your doctor doesn't have the answer because of this invisible disease that they have not been treating. With the technology nowadays, they're learning. Yes, they know a lot, but they're still learning. The brain is a magnificent piece of machinery, but delicate at the same time. Something so strong can be wiped out in an instant, you know and so not every time something is up, with you with this MS, will the doctors have answers. You take note of yourself and watch your behaviors, watch changes, and watch how your body reacts to certain things, especially the things that you put in your body still affect you. It doesn't have to be physically, guys. And I know a lot of you warriors know this: certain things that you eat affect how you feel, of course, because inflammation causes the disruption on our brain, on our spinal cord. um and if you have like myself, I have lesions. I have a few down my neck, my spine. Those chances are pretty good on more than one place of broken signal, not just in the brain. I do have lesions right and left sides of my brain, but I also down have, down my spinal cord. So, but I pay attention to all that stuff comes to mind to me when I sit down. If you're feeling that electrical pull, almost like you're getting like RLS kind of feel, that feel that something's pulling your leg up. Well, I get that certain ways that I sit in my bed. If I'm not sitting comfortably how my body wants, and if I'm down looking at my phone, I can feel that electricity starting to pull, and that's telling me you're sitting wrong, and this nerve is about to wreak havoc on you. It doesn't like it, and then I start to feel that somewhere on my spine is being irritated. That nerve is being irritated the way that I'm sending and bending my neck down. So, certain stuff like that, we have to um, pay attention to so we can be as comfortable as possible, living with the disease, amongst the heat, physically, mentally, of course, because stress can send you into overdrive. And that's a nerve, stress affects your nerves, and then that causes a lot of havoc on our MS, and it could, throw us into a flare. So, um, be mindful, pay attention to your body. I always do, and just do things that can help me and not make my symptoms worse. Yeah. So, and I'm sure education is key, guys. That's it. A lot of people with MS, they have to educate themselves because they need to know um, what 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 that medication will do for your body, and what the side effects and stuff are. You need to know this before you could even choose your medication. So, I know a lot of warriors, we know, read, educate, and educate your partner, your loved one, your sons, your daughters, your grandchildren. Um, so you have that support, and people will around you know that this is happening, and that way, if you depend on them or need them, they can, change their lives to accordingly, because who isn't gonna, help you or help take care of you in that need if MS has caused you not to be able to go shower, not to be able to get to the restroom on your own, or get to your doctor's appointments, stuff like that. It could even be just as little as you could do everything in your home yourself, but you don't drive, you can't drive, and you need that help getting to the doctors. So it's a wide spectrum of stuff, and sometimes we have more symptoms arise than what we've had through the last 6 months. It can change. I've experienced it. Those new symptoms that I had, that I've experienced of April 21, when I had a new lesion, um, because I wasn't on any medication due to COVID, and I shouldn't have stopped, but I did. And I ended up getting a new lesion after 8 months of not being on a disease modifying treatment. But um, it's totally, stay in tuned. Stay, there's a saying that's called stay woke, and pay attention to, your disease, how it's affecting you, and um, change things accordingly. That's what I've done. Let's see. Let me answer a couple of questions. I see that we have one. Um, he or she is asking, what causes MS? Okay, so um, and also they say, forgive my ignorance, but does too much sugar in the diet cause MS? Um, I have not ran across any research, or my neurologist or physicians have never told me that sugar in the diet causes MS. I've never heard that. For me, too much sugar makes my MS worse for a couple days into it until I lay off the sugar. Then the inflammation starts to go down, and then the symptoms start to get less and less until they disappear. So I can't give you that information about sugar. Now back to what causes MS. Nowadays they're still doing research. They don't have the exact cause of MS. They've got a few things where they think that MS is caused from. There's a couple of things that I do know about MS. The northern side of America has a higher rate um, with multiple sclerosis than any other place, and they think it's due to climate. And also, women are more stricken with MS than men. Okay. And they say that at some point in my life, I've had a virus, the flu, that type of virus. And you know how our body has a mechanism to start to fight off colds and flus and stuff. Well, it didn't turn off. That my immune system didn't shut off fighting whatever it was fighting in my system. And so now that immune system just stays attacking my nervous system. That's what causes the lesions, causes the damage to the right, the left, the spinal cord. That's how you get the damage. It depletes, it eats away at what is called myelin sheath that covers our nerves, just like a wire, speaker wire, any kind of telephone wire, computer wire, you got that rubber coating around it. Well, on our nerve, we have what's called myelin sheath that wraps around our nerves also. It's like a almost like a mucousy, fleshy type substance. And on that note, I just read and I posted it on one of my pages that there is speculation that baclofen is given for muscle pain. It's given to, which is caused by multiple sclerosis. And I just did a read showing there's speculation that baclofen regenerates myelin sheath. Yeah, that's something to say. That's worth reading on, you guys. So, um, you know, I never speak on anything with MS from outside of realms that I can't believe the research. Certain colleges, stuff like that, Boston. I follow a doctor that's in Boston. He does lives, he does Q&As constantly. Um, if you'd like to look him up and subscribe, his name is Aaron Boster, terrific neurologist out of Ohio. So a lot of things that I read, it's legitimate sources. I just don't believe everything I read on the internet, or believe, you guys know that as well. Also, um, so again, and they also say that MS can be linked to um, Lyme disease. I was tested for Lyme disease when I first started having issues. They had to roll out Lyme disease because Lyme disease actually has the same characteristics as multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is a cousin to lupus, if you guys didn't know. Okay, I'm a little bit of an encyclopedia, guys. I've done my homework, of course, in 5 years, right? So um with me finding at, let's see, let's go back to the age 32, and then learning later down in life that I have MS, and having to be thrown in this pot, this big wide spectrum of not knowing um you know anything about it. Of course, it wasn't talked on television like it is mainstream now. You see Ocrevus, Kesimpta, you see it all Copaxone. You see all these commercials and stuff on TV. So it's a lot more mainstream now. And every time I speak to someone in the general public, they know someone who has MS. Always, never fails, guys. Never fail. I was just at the doctor, I was gonna say 3 weeks ago, doing my lung screening, and there was a gentleman hearing me. He was sitting down in the waiting room, and I was up at the counter and signing in, and I was talking to them, and we had an issue over the referral not being written correctly. And I said, I had my doctor on the phone, and the lady, the worker was there, and I was like, whatever you need to put down, my MS, da 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 da. And when I was done, the gentleman stopped me and he was like, "Did I hear you say you have MS?" And I was like, "You heard correctly." He said, "So do I. And I've had it." I think he told me 20 plus something, 30 something plus years. And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he had a cane. And I'm not sure how old he was, but I'm in my 50s. He could have been 50, in his 50s as well. But at that point, when he told me that, I was like, "Oh," I thought to myself, "Man, he's had it a long time." So it was 20, 30 plus years. And then and of course I had to give him, all my info to my channels and podcasts, because not one warrior is alone, and you don't ever have to feel that you're alone. And this is why I am sharing my journey. And it's not just with about MS, guys. I keep it real with you about whatever I'm going through in my life, and it's just that it's real life. um and also, I hadn't given you guys the update on my lung screening from the last time we spoke, in which I had told you guys that they did see something, um, a gray area in the right side of my lung. Um, they have told me it doesn't look like cancer at all. So that hematologist has pushed me onto pulmonary, and I have an appointment in September. So they will do a workup on that part of my lung. Two radiologists seems to think that it's prior um, damage from smoking, in which I've smoked majority of my life. And if any of you guys out there smoke, please put it down. It's never too late. I haven't smoked in 2 years, and and I haven't felt better. And that too was making my disease horrible. Horrible. Once I stopped smoking and I got past that couple of months, and I was like, wow, such a big difference. But I should have known smoking's not good for you anyway. And just on top of someone who is stricken with fatigue, and excuse me, and smoking, smoking takes the oxygen out of your bloodstream. So go figure, those two did not freaking go hand in hand. Well, cigarette smoking doesn't go hand in hand with shit anyway. So you guys give it up. Um, so um you know that um I will be, keeping you guys posted, of course, because I need my warrior support. Definitely keep me and my family in your guys' prayers as I do you. um but I will definitely um keep my appointments. I am working up to my 18th Kesimpta injection, you guys. Woohoo! On the 30th, when we get back from camping, is my time to inject. I already have my medication, so I don't have to worry about that. All that's taken care of before I go camping. Um, let's see what else. Um, that's really the importance. And for my warriors that are out there behind me, right behind me, there was a few of you right on my heels with injecting. So I did a warrior check-in yesterday, day before yesterday. Thank you, Cool Camp, for letting me know, warrior, that you're still fighting and keeping strong. I applaud you for that, and I send you all the warrior vibes, guys. With that being said, please keep in touch with me on your injecting. You're right behind me. So let me know how everyone is doing with their injections and any changes. Feel free to comment below, even after the podcast airs, guys. We still get the messages. If you need to reach AG the Dad, do so in the comment below. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast on Tuesday with your girl, that too, hit me up down below. It only takes a second. It takes one link to get you connected as you see me here tonight. Also, the most important of all, please, 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 it's free to do so. It takes 5 seconds out of your time. Share the video. Share the video. That's how you can help me get the support I need. The more warriors we reach, the more warriors I have to support me in my journey with multiple sclerosis as I support them. And also, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Take care of you, because if you don't, who will, right? And you're so welcome, Facebook user. You're very welcome from sharing. I see your comment. With that being said, you guys, I am sending all you guys them warm warrior hugs, the love. Please, 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 please take care of you, because if you don't, who will? And I will see you guys back here. What time? What? Get in here so I can hear all this good news. Next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to see you here. Until then, take care. Bye.
Yes, 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 yes. Thanks for doing your thing and
Yes,
giving
yes.
everybody all this great information on MS.
Thank you for putting me on. Without you, this wouldn't be happening.
It's all good. Same time, same place next week. Make sure everybody's there. Be here, be square. But I got to go. So I'm AG the Dad, Shit Talking Sundays in the light of a warrior. Everybody be blessed, stay blessed, love one another, and pay it forward. Peace.
Sunday morning drama is calling up my mama. Drama.